so kind. Good evening, punters. Welcome to Anderson on the Box, live from Belfast, where the sun shines equally on everybody. Don't let anybody tell you different. Mediterranean weather, clear blue skies, people happy in the streets and expressing a powerful desire to line dance, which must be fought at all times. You've seen them now, women out in their figures, men in their vests. Sure, Barbados isn't in it. And we're all going to Bangor and Portrush on our holidays, aren't we? None of this Spain, none of that, none of this West Indies. We're all going to Bangor. Now, first of all, we're going to start our programme tonight with music of a special kind. The theme song of a very successful recent TV series. The writer of the song and the singer was also the star of the show. Before that, he was Spender for a while. Before that again, that's who he is. A big hit in the cast of Auf Wiedersehen, Pet. Here he is to sing Crocodile Shoes. Please welcome Jimmy Nail.
All the time, although I help you, still she's always on my mind. The rain falls down, I'm soaking through. I'm an old man inside a young man's suit. My crocodile shoes are crying too, for they know how much love I have for you. Crocodile shoes, crocodile shoes, crocodile shoes, crocodile shoes. Wine, beer, and spirits take me down. The lights are low, and there's no one else around. The waitress sure looks pretty, but that's a bad sign. Oh yes, I smile at her, still you're always on my mind. With your crocodile shoes, crocodile shoes, crocodile shoes, crocodile shoes, they're crying. I've lost so much in a short time. I don't see my kids, and how I miss my wife. I let the world slip through my hands, and now I'm talking to the only friends I have. Talking to my crocodile shoes, crocodile shoes, crocodile shoes, crocodile shoes. They're crying too. Crying too. Crocodile shoes, they're crying. Crocodile shoes.
Thank you. Oh, hey. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Gerry. Good man. Have a seat, sir. Very good indeed.
Evening.
Good evening. See, they all said good evening to you. How nice they are. Jimmy, if I was you, I'd be very happy and content with myself. Because you got a hit series, hit TV series, Crocodile Shoes. You got a hit album, and you had a hit single. You must think to yourself, maybe there's nothing I can do wrong here.
Oh, I think it's very dangerous being happy and contented. No, I'm very happy with the way it went, but can't let complacency set in. It's what to do next now.
Yeah. Have you any idea what you're going to do next?
Going out on tour again. We've just done a tour. Just did a tour. But we're doing another one, which starts in Belfast, I'm happy to say.
That's right. On the 17th of June, you'll be
17th
here.
of June, Belfast.
In the King's Hall. And then the day after that, on the 18th,
Dublin.
you'll be in the Point.
Yeah, so that's June. Albums, bit more TV.
Yeah.
It's a couple of years worth tied up.
I know.
Good to be in Belfast eventually, though. I've had a lot of invites, but through one thing and another, time-wise and commitments, and I've never been able to get here. So it's...
Are you going to stay a little bit, or are you just in and out?
Just in and out, I'm afraid. Back off in the morning. We go off to Scandinavia in the morning to do some stuff.
I'm not going anywhere. I'd love to be able to say, I'm going to Scandinavia in the morning. I'm never able to say that. But listen, about the music. Now, I know that you started off in music. I would imagine, would you have been in the punk era? No,
I started off well before that. I've been in bands for about 25 years, so let's work back. That would be 1970, I suppose. So I started before the punks. I was actually locked up when the punk thing was on. So
oh, you missed that?
I missed that altogether.
Well, maybe that's just as well. You might have been influenced.
Probably just as well.
But I mean, the country thing. Were you ever a country singer? Did you start off? Did you play in country bands? Because nobody, you were a young, but very few young men did, years ago.
No, I never did. I just wanted to get myself involved with country music for the Crocodile Shoes project.
Yeah.
But also, I thought maybe we could kind of get it a better reputation than it had, because in England, in Britain, I don't know what it's like over here, but on the mainland, there was a lot of kind of the perception, I think, was that country music was for guys who dressed up as cowboys at weekends and went to quick draw competitions and there's quite a lot more to it, as you probably know.
Oh, in this country, it was always kind of different, because country always fused with mainstream, and it always fused with Irish music, so it's a bit of a different
Well,
scene.
you've got a big folk tradition here, and I think country is from the folk roots.
But then you're a man, you've displayed, you've demonstrated that you can write a good country song. Were you surprised to find out that you could?
Well, you know what you can do. I mean, it's always pleasant when they turn out. I mean, recording songs is, you write them, you record them, and some of them work out well, and others don't. So I was glad with the way the album turned out, though. They all sounded. It's amazing what they can do in those studios, though, Gerry.
Now, the last thing that you did was Spender. Did you have as much influence in Spender as you had with Crocodile Shoes?
Yes, I think so. In terms of being its executive producer. Yeah.
Did you write Spender?
Yeah.
That's good, because I mean, a lot of people don't. I mean, you kind of
the bank manager loves it.
No, I mean, is it important to you? I mean, you read things about you being, if you don't mind the expression, a control freak. Would you describe yourself as that? You're a perfectionist.
Yeah, I think they're two different things. I like to. It's very difficult to define between someone who likes to be in control of their own destiny, if you like, or their own life, and someone who's a control freak. I think, I'm sure you'd agree with this, that if you're a control freak, you can't work in television, because it's a medium that isn't about one person controlling. Yeah,
because you say to yourself, oh, let's do this. Somebody says, oh, you can't do that, I'll tell you why, and you get 15 reasons.
Well, I was thinking more of teamwork, but I suppose there is that as well.
Of course there is.
If you want to be a sort of megalomaniac and sit on top of the hill and shout and scream, I don't think television's the place to get away with it. Maybe running a football club, you could do that.
Yeah, or maybe being a writer stuck in the back room.
Well, the writing, again, you see, you have it to yourself in terms of the first draft, but then you have to hand it over. And then people have to cost it and script edit it. So it's never a process, unless you did a one-man show. No, it's no fun working on your own.
You're not a man either who would let Newcastle get out of your system. I mean, you've done your 2 series in Newcastle, deliberately, of course.
Yeah.
Why did you feel that was necessary?
I'm just very proud of where I'm from, and the bulk of programming in Britain is made, it comes out of London.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go back and I wanted to try and in a very small way generate a bit of revenue in the northeast, take some money back, you know, because it's given me a lot. I wanted to try and give a bit back. And also just to wave the flag and let people know that there's more to the northeast of England than possibly a lot of people thought before we started shooting the shows up there.
Do you think England is two countries now?
What, north and south?
Yeah.
What do you mean now?
More so now, though. More so now. It's always coloured rift, isn't it?
I don't know. It changed colour yesterday, didn't it? It all went pretty red on the map after the local elections.
Does that please you?
Oh...
I mean, Tony Blair,
it's difficult to talk about politics,
you know?
without swearing, isn't it?
Swear away.
No, I can't really get excited about any of them. I can't, personally, I don't feel I can pin my colours to any particular mast because they're all such a shower, I feel.
Oh, we know all about it here.
The more I see, you know, I have to hang out with politicians at times and on committees and things and launches of charities and that. And the calibre of politician is so shoddy, I feel, both in local government and national government, that I wouldn't want to be involved with it.
First of all, you have to be a used car salesman for a start, you know.
Or worse.
Or worse than
I think
that.
I'm bored, actually. I think when you've been locked up, you can't be an MP, so that's...
No, do you know what it is? You have to be able to tolerate great levels of boredom. You see, to
something
be a
else that begins with a B, but not boredom.
Yes, you start off being a councillor, you see, you start at the very bottom, and you have to tolerate amazing levels of boredom. So you have to be a person who you don't care what happens to you.
So by the time you get to Parliament, you're completely lobotomised.
Absolutely, right. Completely. But there's only one thing that keeps you going. You have to have power, you see, and you're prepared to do anything, no matter how boring it is.
Yes, yes. It's interesting. I'm always interested to read how many government ministers they're on their second marriage and their second wife is their ex-secretary. That always makes me sick.
Oh, it's only accidental, though, because she would always be the best person for the job.
Of course, and I'm sure they were meant for each other, all of them.
Crocodile shoes. We have a little clip here we forgot all about. Let's have a look at this and see what was going on here. I think we have, or maybe we haven't. Are we not going to see that? They're not going to show it to us now. Oh, here it is. No, of course it is. That's good, isn't it? It only took 2 minutes for that to come.
Read it again, would you?
To my friend and colleague, Jed Shepherd, I bequeath the sum of £10,000.
Where on earth did he get all that from?
Savings, I gather. It would appear Mr. Campbell was a very careful man over the years.
Well, that's right enough. He hardly ever bought around.
Yes, well, I think he's redressed that balance today, wouldn't you say?
10 grand. I'm flabbergasted. Well, wonder who did my hair that day.
Yeah. You're a different man than I've been seeing, Pet. You're a big fat man.
God,
and a man who
what's your words?
goes out like that.
I thought I carried it very well, actually. I was a lot heavier. Yeah.
You're a little thinner now than you were then.
I was about 4 stone heavier when I did Auf Wiedersehen.
Did you enjoy Auf Wiedersehen, or was it a thing that...
Oh, it was a ball. It was a ball. Can you imagine just getting a gig that you weren't aware of, that you didn't think you were going to get, that had never crossed your mind to do that kind of work, and going from somebody who drank a lot to getting a job where they actually paid you to drink a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was extraordinary. It was a very quick year. It seemed to just go pushed, and it was gone.
But then it turned you into something else. Turned you into, well, later on, you're a star now. How do you cope with that? Is it easy?
Well, on a day-to-day level, I don't go out. I don't drink anymore. I don't go out a lot, so it's not particularly difficult. It takes a bit of getting your head round, I think, when you're not expecting it. It happened literally overnight with me, from a Friday night, nobody knowing who I was in Britain, the Saturday morning after the first Auf Wiedersehen series. It just went completely potty, and it does throw you. It does throw you. You can't. There's no training for being famous. You know, it happens.
Okay.
That was all right. A few sessions with a shrink, and I was fine.
That's okay. Just get that therapy
as
going.
You do. You know, it's all the rage now.
I'm seeing my therapist tomorrow. 17th of June, King's Hall. Go and see this man, Jimmy Nail. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, Gerry.